What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today I want to talk about the state of Destiny 2 and my bit frustration with Bungie right now. Now, I will admit, I still do enjoy playing Destiny 2, but I'm not playing as much as I was with Season of Arrivals or Season of Worthy or the previous year in general. Now, so far the year is young, things can obviously change, but when it comes to what's going on with Destiny right now, I think it's Bungie's failure of action and interactivity with the community in regards to just, what's going on. So what I mean by that is that when Beyond Light dropped, it was a new era of Destiny, something that I was really excited for. I think right now Bungie is absolutely killing the narrative and the lore for Destiny 2. The Crow, phenomenal storyline going on. I seen the leaked cinematic for the end, and that's even cool. I'm not going to talk about it, not going to show it, but yeah, there's a lot of great stuff when it comes to the narrative of Destiny 2, and I'm really enjoying the dialogue, the lore bits, this narrative going on this season. It's really intriguing, but all this intriguing story has very little interaction or intriguing interaction with the game. So the seasonal event is pretty much, I will say, the worst event we've gotten, and I think this is the worst I've experienced. Now, it's not like it's not a good idea, these bounty hunts, you're finding, you're assassinating, but it's not interactive with the rest of the community. Well, if we look at Season of Arrivals and Season Worthy with the Seraph Towers, those were community, free roam, interactive events. Now, were they the best? No, they weren't. But at the same time, there was seemingly a massive combination of the community coming together to achieve a goal. Here, this seems like a very one-on-one, replayability, grindy experience that has no reward at all. So why would you even do the hunts if there's no actual reward in the end? At least with Seraph Towers and the Rivals, they were tied to the seasonal quest, and you got dialogue bits, and you did a special mission. There was some interesting stuff last season, and it feels like that's missing. I have no desire to complete these hunts every single week. I really just don't even care. For the most part, my repetition right now in Destiny is just me going to the tower, getting some bounties, going play some core playlists, seeing if I find the gun. I look on light.gg, I find weapons that I really don't have and I want to get, and I want to see what roles I want to get. I want to basically target certain guns for certain roles, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my whole Destiny 2 experience so far in Season of Hunt. Now, I did enjoy Beyond Light's narrative a lot. I enjoy Europa. I enjoyed the narrative in that place, but it's not too interactive right now in terms of the seasonal events. The Season of Hunt is great narratively, but it's very lackluster interactivity, and I don't get that because I feel like Bungie's been aware of this problem. They've said they were addressing the problem, but wouldn't it be best to address this issue right now when your season just started? I don't honestly get the purpose of telling us that you want to fix the seasonal events, you want to make them a lot better and more interactive, and then you do the complete opposite. I don't get that at all. Now, another issue I have with what Bungie is doing is they took a lot of stuff out the game, and I think that was the right move. But just because I think it's the right move, the solution would be to add more stuff in. And right now, they've took so much out the game in terms of content, in terms of weapons, activities, things like that, and there's no seemingly roadmap to refill that void that is now left in the game, specifically with weapons itself. The weapons, we had a lot of weapons to choose from, a lot of weapons that were powerful, a lot of varieties, a lot of builds we can do, but Bungie took that all away, and for right reasons. But they came back and they're not addressing the loot issue in terms of weapons and things like that. When it comes to PvP, Crucible is still in a weird state with stasis. Now, I got used to it, but there's still a lot of frustrating moments with stasis. For Gambit, I don't know if you guys know this, but I completely forgot that Gambit hasn't seen a new content update since 2019. That's absolutely insane. Gambit, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated modes in the game. How is this not getting content support? It's ludicrous. They really created one of the best modes to play in Destiny, and it hasn't gotten new content since 2019. That is absurd how we went through a whole year basically without something new for Gambit. That is bonkers, that is ludicrous, and that is a failure on the team at Bungie. It's rough to say, but it's true. How do you create this great mode, but you don't support it? Now, last but not least, Bungie Like I've said earlier, this is going to be my final point, needs to address interactivity with the world of Destiny in any mode you do, you should feel like you are working towards something. Because right now, there's really nothing to work towards. If you play this game regularly, which a lot of the community does, because if you stick around for 4 years at this point with Destiny, majority of the community has always been hardcore. Like, Destiny is a weird game where you don't have casual players. You have hardcore players that really invest their time in this game. But I feel like this switch recently with this season, paired along with this expansion, there's not really much good stuff. Like, they really picked the worst seasonal event to follow up a sunset. Like, seriously, this season, while narratively it's awesome, they picked the worst thing to like do interactivity with sunsetting. Beyond Light, that shit needed to happen. That shit needed to occur. They needed to remove weapons from the game. I'm full for sunsetting at that point. But you can't take stuff out the game and not address it with something more desirable or just as desirable in the future. Like, or at least with this season. Like, the punts are awful. They need to work on interactivity with the community, because right now, this game is not interactive with me. I play every now and then. I don't really find a desire. Sometimes I look around, I see a gun that's going on, that's trending, and I look at it like, hey, I want to pick up this weapon. Or I just scroll through some rolls and seeing what could I get with my weapons, better rolls, things like that. Maybe I just want to get full-on 7 Seraph weapons, get the best rolls for them, things like that. That's all I've been doing. And that's something that's like inherently in the background of Destiny. There's usually stuff in the game that you do weekly, or you do stuff to, level up, power up, things like that. And then the weapons, the armors, the stat rolls on your gear, that's usually second tier. That's something you work for after everything. But that's what I've been doing this whole season. And for me, it's honestly quite disappointing. I'm really disappointed right now in the state of Destiny with interactivity. It's like, I don't know, man. There's not much going for it in terms of like, why should you hop in and log in and play Destiny? Like, seriously, ask yourself that question. Why should you go in and play Destiny right now? I'll tell you this. There is none. If you played Beyond Light, there is none. I haven't even done the raid yet. I want to do the raid. But yeah, I mean, the raid is awesome. It looks awesome. While there's issues like, skill levels and things like that, we'll talk about another video. But yeah, in general, like, the raid looks awesome. Bungie's done a good job. But the interactivity of everyday players, that's where they're failing hard. And it's not a good state. I'm not saying Destiny 2 is dying, because I don't think Destiny 2 will die like that. Or again, if Destiny 2 will die in terms of the game itself, it's Bungie's fault at hand. But right now, Destiny is literally in its league of its own. There is no game like Destiny. Anthem tried it, failed. Division tried it, failed. We have Outriders, which I think is going to fail at it too. But there's really no game like Destiny. There really is no game like Destiny. So that being said, let me know what you guys think. I know this was kind of a weird discussion video. I just need to get this off my chest. I was playing Destiny the other day, and it really got to me that the interactivity between the player and the game is not there. There's not much Bungie is doing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Destiny 2, the state of it. Are you enjoying Season of Hunt? I think that's going to be a very far from few people just like enjoying Season of Hunt. I mean, the narrative is awesome, but the gameplay itself in Season of Hunt is not so awesome. But yeah, for more Destiny 2 videos on the way, we got a few stuff we're going to be talking about, some certain weapons in the future. And then I know my next Destiny 2 video is going to be talking about skill versus rewards. We're going to go into this big conversation about what is the right balance between hard activities and rewards, things like that. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely drop this video a like and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content for the future. With that being said, hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.